watching The Seven from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Lori Tucker filling in for Bo Williams, and welcome to The Seven. Let's go ahead and get a look at the Big Seven stories right now. Topping the list, Knoxville officially has a new police chief. Paul Noel was sworn in at a ceremony this morning. We told you in April when Mayor India Kincannon announced Noel would be leading the Knoxville Police Department and taking over after Eve Thomas's retirement. He comes to our city from the New Orleans Police Department, where he most recently served as Deputy Superintendent. We were at the swearing in today as he outlined his next steps in his new role. He highlighted what he called 4 focus areas: crime prevention, community partnerships, culture, and career development. Violent crime, he says, will be the most important to tackle.
If you look at the homicides in Knoxville since 2016, they've steadily risen, and that's a trend that we absolutely have to turn. So what we're going to do, we're going to use data analytics to really take a hard look at everything our team is doing to reduce violent crime. You know, how do we deploy? You know, how are we staffed? How are we using overtime? How are we using the resources that we have right now to successfully attack violent crime?
He told the audience today he feels intense responsibility to the city, the people who live here, and his fellow officers, and he's eager to get to work. If you want to read more about Noel's law enforcement career and his history, we have those details in a story posted on our website. Next on the Big Seven, after some consideration, Dr. Jimmy Carter will continue his role as Union County School Superintendent. You may recall the superintendent handed in his resignation following a Board of Education meeting last week. According to the board members, his unexpected resignation followed complaints at the meeting related to bullying and other disciplinary concerns. Well, now Union County board member Marty Gibbs confirms that Carter apologized to the board for walking out. Carter also proposed a 120-day transition where he would actually serve as interim director of schools. The board accepted his proposal. Next on our list tonight, University of Tennessee police say a strong-armed robbery was reported after yesterday's Vols baseball game. We're told it happened on Lake Loudon Boulevard. It's very close to Lindsey Nelson Stadium. UT police tell us someone was crossing the road when they were approached by a silver truck with 4 intoxicated people inside. Those people then reportedly made threats to the person crossing the road, with 2 people getting out of the truck. Both were wearing Vols colors. UT police say one of these people bumped the victim, spitting in their face. We're told the second person did something similar before stealing the victim's purse. UT police and Knoxville police searched for the group in the truck. So far, they've not been able to find them. Next on the Big Seven, a Sullivan County judge pushed back the trial of a woman accused of killing her toddler and lying to investigators. Megan Boswell appeared in court this morning, where her lawyer requested the trial get pushed back to February as fingerprints have been found on a crucial piece of evidence. The nature of the evidence was not revealed.
I feel like I don't have any choice but to grant the motion. I mean, I can force you to trial in September. But everybody in this courtroom knows that if I do that and the state gets a conviction, we'll just have to retry it.
The trial is now scheduled for February 6th, 2023. Boswell faces 19 charges, including 2 counts of felony murder. Next on the Big Seven, some disturbing new information about executions in Tennessee. You may recall in April, Governor Lee halted all lethal injections for the rest of the year after learning the lethal injection drugs had not been tested as required. But filings show the problem could be much deeper. Since 2018, Tennessee struggled to follow its own lethal injection rules at nearly every step, from the compounding of the drugs to testing, storing, and administering them. The lethal injection process has been challenged by 2 death row inmates. Those cases are now before a federal court. Next on the Big Seven, volunteer fire departments rely heavily on donations to keep the community safe. They need hundreds of thousands of dollars every year to keep up with the cost of necessary equipment. Well, tonight, 6 on Your Side's Kristen Gallant shares how a donation from up north is helping 2 fire stations in Claiborne County, while firefighters are left now to overcome a new obstacle.
2 volunteer fire stations in Claiborne County received trucks from a fire station in Bloomfield, Connecticut, free of charge. However, they still need to be fitted with the proper equipment, and that takes money, something volunteer fire departments say is hard to come by. North Tazewell Fire Chief Leroy Brandt says a used fire truck would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it was a huge blessing when Bloomfield Center Fire Department in Connecticut reached out to him saying that they had 2 trucks they were willing to donate. North Tazewell's fire department only needed 1 truck, so they reached out to South Claiborne Volunteer Fire Department asking them if they needed the extra truck.
Before this truck, we had a 1976 CF Mac, which is still in service. We're actually going to transfer it to our 3rd station, so this will be our 2nd new truck. And, well, that's all we got, is old apparatus. But volunteer, that's all we can get. And that truck at the time was $375,000. That truck now is about $875,000.
It did cost them a couple $1,000s to get the truck transported here. They also have to outfit both trucks with proper equipment before they can be used, which is why they're asking the community for donations. These fire departments say that the volunteer fire department community is one big family. South Claiborne Fire Department is actually donating one of their ambulances to another volunteer fire department in Greene County, giving back to other communities here in East Tennessee. Reporting in Claiborne County, Kristen Gallant, WATE 6 on your side.
Now to our final Big 7 story. The housing market has been hot for months, but recent data shows prices in the U.S. have peaked. So the question is, will Knoxville's market cool off too? As competition dies down, groups like the Knoxville area of Realtors expect to see what's called a moderating market. This means even though mortgage rates will likely remain at their highest level since 2010, homeowners and home buyers, rather, will have more of a chance of finding their dream home.
You know, there was a time here in a West Knoxville house that it could easily have 20 to 30 offers, and that was almost a thing of a norm. But now with those interest rates climbing up, it's really slowing down it. So that house is maybe only having 5 to 10 offers.
Well, although house prices in the city remain high, experts say the competition does seem to be letting up. West Knoxville is one of the county's most prime areas, meaning house prices there are often much higher than other homes in the city. For more information about Knoxville's latest housing trends, visit this story on our website, WATE.com.